A True Story. By George W. Doneghy. Read before a meeting of the Danville Scribbler Club. Dear friends, tonight the inspiration of my theme is not the baseless fabric of a weird, fantastic dream. For truth, combined with justice, doth impel, and therefore it is fact, not fiction, that I tell. Truth, crushed to earth, will rise again, a maxim true as holy writ. Then it is plain, if rudely woven by an untaught hand it be, sustains but transitory wrong and injury. And thus it is, in homely rhyme, I venture forth, relating nothing here but under oath, and if, perchance, at times it sounds a little strange, you know that truth or fiction hath a wider range. These stanzas 3 I hope you'll deem explanatory, as introductory and preliminary to the story, a preface simply used before I introduce the proper characters essential for our use. And just one moment more attention I will claim, and crave indulgence while I here explain, that character is used in a Pickwickian sense, so truth and justice need not take offense. 'Twas when the autumn leaves, with russet hue, scarce quivered in the gentle wind, and when the dew lay sparkling on the grass, beneath the argent moon, a tragedy took place, of which I'll tell you soon. And ever and anon a fleecy, drifting cloud, meek Dian's face would veil with filmy shroud, and lend to wood and field that softened ray unmatched in beauty from the glaring god of day. But I will tell the story as 'twas told to me, and vouched for by some others, 2 or 3, whose word to doubt would be a heinous sin. So, armed with truth, in confidence I will begin. Ah, memory, thou art a fickle jade, and oft responsible when grave mistakes are made, and therefore 'tis with caution that I hesitate when truthful things I undertake to state. This much is due to accuracy and circumspection, as well as to a rather faulty recollection, and so I'll trespass on your patience now no more, but straightway tell the story, as I said before. All good beginnings have that natural trend which safely leads to a successful end, and stories all should have their plots well laid, which neither prose nor verse can do, when haste is made. 'Tis said, procrastination is the thief of time, and this might seem to be the object of my rhyme. Had I not told you, as I should have done, the reason why the story's not begun. 'Tis my sole object, then, to give without delay, the narrative in a direct and proper way, for as you know some critics may be here whom scribbling rhymesters may, with justice, fear. What shameless bards we have! And yet, 'tis true, there are as mad, abandoned critics, too. This couplet, penned by Pope, is ever new. But then, dear friends, the second line was not for you. I only quote that you may comprehend how modesty in me has missed its end, and why it is I ever undertook to write the story that I'm going to tell, sometime tonight. An introduction that will keep the listener in suspense I deem derogatory to good taste and sense. And this is also why I'll nothing put as prefatory before I launch right out into the story. I'm going to make it thrilling, crisp and short, in purest diction doctorist, with gems of thoughts so intermingled with the story's warp and woof, that from beginning I can scarcely keep aloof. I'll put quotation marks to shrive me of the sin of plagiarism when such language I begin, that every one of you may plainly see I tell the story as 'twas told to me. So calmly, coolly then, I think, I will proceed to give you now the story, taking heed to curtail all that truth and justice will permit, remembering that brevity's the soul of wit. But undue haste would cause me to forget and mar the memory of its telling with regret if I had overlooked some startling fact, which on both truth and justice would react. And now, dear friends, don't think that you are sold, if still as yet the story's left untold, but paper, ink, your patience, and my time are all exhausted in this race with rhyme.